Alright, so Day in the Life by the Beatles. This is off of Sgt. Pepper's. This is kind of like their masterpiece, you know, just epic display, really, of musicianship, songwriting, production, orchestration, just the whole ball of wax. Just an amazing, almost like a cultural, musical milestone. But for me, on the guitar, I've always just really liked the John Lennon part, because it's two songs, right? It's John's song. I read the news today, you know, and woke up, fell out of bed. That's Paul's song, two songs combined, right? But for me, for this video, I'm just doing John's song, because I just really love that song. It's got a really just awesomeness about it, right? This isn't a crazy tuning, because I've tuned the E string way down to an A. And that's how I was originally going to do it, because I want to get all McCartney's bass lines, or as many of them as I can, as well as the melody. Guitar was rattling like crazy, strings too loose, right? So what I wound up doing is I tune up a whole step, and then I tune my E string down to, well, it's a B now. So what I've got here is I've got B and B, right? And E, A, C sharp, and F sharp. That's how the guitar is tuned. So when I play that note there, that's an A. So that's an A chord, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to call it a G. I'm going to call it a B minor, okay, because those are the shapes we're more used to. Not that one, but you know, open three middle strings is a G, right? Okay, so we've got a G chord there, and then B minor, like my bass note is E10 there, and D, G, and B strings, and B minor, and then E minor 7, and then C, and I just hit the C on the A string, and then the upper strings, and then all the strings to get that nice low C in there, right? Okay, then we're gonna replace that third finger with a little finger and slide up to the 10th fret, and we're gonna start the melody. So the melody, you know, I'm trying to follow the vocal completely as much as I can, right? So it's so the upper is open B, right? And we're just fretting the D note there on G7. While we move the bass line down. So just open 2, 3. So I'm actually hammering that on. So that's the E string and the D string, B string, right? And when I slide up to D9, I'm going to hit the open G too, the open G as well. Right then. And now we're going to shift position. Okay, that's the tricky part of the song. So boom, 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 right? We've got our third finger on D12, and then we got E10, E12, E14. That's what your upper is doing, right? But we got to move the bass. So what you're doing is when you hit that note in the bass, 12, you're also hitting open B. Like that, right? Okay, it's tricky. You gotta get your head wrapped around it. Okay, now we got our bass down here on E7, E5, then E3. Okay, so far we've got trick there is, like, when you reach up to there, you can snub out the high strings, right? So you got to watch that. Okay, so that bit is that is the C note on G5 and E7. And then up a fret, right, on the E string and open B. Right? Like that, right? Okay, and then that part, we're going to kind of come down to here, which is E3 and D2. We've got the open G and the open B as well, so we've got a C major 7, right? And I'm going to go and slide that up 2 frets. And then replace that middle with the third, right? Okay, so. I guess I'm actually fretting it with the third finger, but you have to eventually get your little finger up there. Again, when you don't want to go, by muting out those strings when you do that. So you got to give yourself room, right? Okay, and then we just can do the whole thing, but now we're gonna do 4s on the bass. So we're gonna go. Okay, so what that is same thing, but now we got to follow the vocals, right? So we got to go. He blew his mind out in a car. Well, we do the bass. Trying to match the vocals as best as we can, right? Okay, so from here, all right, and then we got to go back up here, right? So we're going to go. A crowd of people stood and stared, right? So again, we're matching the vocals. All the while keeping the bass pumping, right? And then same as before, And now we got to do the nobody was really sure. So that was that's. Okay, so we've got open B and then D8. But we can't do that. We got to go right, pressing and releasing while we do the bass too, right? You got to be busy in this one. And actually, I'm going to play that note with my third finger and little finger here. And then we're going to hit this chord here, which is like a C chord, C major 7, with that G up top there, right? Okay, so. That again, right? But this time using those fingers. No. I saw yeah. I just had smoke. And then this is the new section now. It's right. So we take the bass down. We want to leave everything ringing. That I love that chord. The semitones, right? So then that's just what I did on the guitar, because that's the right now. And then I just took it back to another cycle of that, right? Well, I had the electric guitar doing that, just as kind of, to fill in that part, okay? So that's basically it, and it just repeats a bunch of times. But this one, you have to sort of work your way through it, and you have to sing it in your head and match it, because the phrasing is all a bit different, right? So, like, the beginning is... I read the news today, oh boy. Goes on and on, but if as long as you're trying to match the singing or the vocals with the upper melody, you're going to be fine. And the bass parts, really, it's all on one string, right? It's just all on the E string. just that ending is just, you stop pumping the bass and you just play it real simple, right? Okay, so hopefully that's enough explaining explanation to help you get through this one. I was really actually quite happy with how this came out. It's just I think it really kind of, when you slow it down a bit and you really focus on the beauty of the melody, it really is. It's just awesome. Just love this piece of music. Anyways, that's it for this one. I hope you get something out of it. I hope you enjoy playing it, and we'll talk to you next time.